What's going on, everybody? Philly Carnage here. Welcome back to the channel. As today we will finish up the Miami Dolphins rebuild series, hoping to make our way to the playoffs at least. It's been a rough road, not only just this rebuild, but the last couple, not being able to play playoff berth. So hopefully we'll be able to go and finally make it there in this episode, the final year for Miami. Um, as we said, we're gonna kick off, this fifth and final year with the draft.
The Lions are now on the
Since we
clock.
don't have as much to do behind the scenes, or as hitting the scouting, weekly training, the uploads, all that good stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and jump here to our pick,
The
which
Dolphins are
not
now on the
terrible,
clock.
picking 15, middle of the first. Uh, Trying to remember what we had, drafted as far as what we need. Biggest thing, safety, add to our linebacking core. Because as we look at it, that actually let's take time before we get into our pick to take a look at our team. Offensive line. When we started out, we had nobody in the 70s. Everybody is mid to late 70s now, so it's a bonus. Receiving core between Jalen Waddle, Preston Williams, who was hurt last year, and Andy Isabella, all being there as stars. Bad. Defensively, you know, we we have a lot of improvement bringing in Derek Brown, Isaiah Simmons, and big play Slay there on the outside. So really, are we? We got to look for depth. Uh, Maybe find some sort of a stud out there. Uh, we're not gonna have a lot of time to actually build these guys with this draft. So looking at it, what do we do? Do we go BPA? What? How do we handle it with Azir Drayton? It's a solid combine. David Anger, even better. So who else? Bring in David Anger. He can be the understudy there to Jerome Baker. Uh, yeah, I might as well just bring him in. Combine a
The
solid hidden
Ravens
dev,
are
number
now on the
15 in
clock.
true value, where we actually selected him. Well, jumping ahead
The
here once
Dolphins are now
again,
on the clock.
back in the third. Um, yes, I'm sorry, we're in the second. Looking here at our big board again. Keep adding to that defense, get that
The
depth.
Ravens are now on the
Uh,
clock.
he even has, he's higher true talent. He was a number 11. Sydney Atkins there out of
The
LSU.
Dolphins are now on the clock.
So far, two players top 15. Can't really beat it. As we sit here in the third round, might be able to get Josh Greenwood next round. Oh yeah, we got plenty of picks coming. So BPA on our big board and another
The
receiver.
Ravens are now on the clock.
Can't really, like I said, mostly this whole draft.
The
It's gonna be the
Dolphins are now on the
depth.
clock.
Let's see if our guy's still there that we were gonna take. And he is Josh Greenwood. Missed the
The Cardinals are now on the clock.
the combine, our first reach of this draft, but not
The
by much.
Dolphins are now on the clock.
It was only we got him there at 101. He was 8 in true talent, so not really anything we can really complain on about that. But I'm really the rest of our scouting is all Packers. Bring in another right end.
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
That's really about it at this point.
The
It
Dolphins are now
whenever
on the
we
clock.
get this late into the rebuilds, it gets harder just because we're already done with we've already done everything that we needed to as far as scouting. Uh, and these guys aren't going to develop the greatest.
The
it's going to
Ravens are
be
now on the
really
clock.
more depth. So, what we'll do, we'll just, that last pick, I was just picking depth wise. So we'll get through this draft, get into the season, and, we'll check out the draft recap, see what else was brought in after we stopped. So, went back to the our board, and we are loaded whenever it comes to our linebacking. But we got depth out the wazoo, but still best pick bringing in David Anger there, hidden dev, rookie out of Texas Tech. Overall, solid 91 speed. That's absolutely huge for us. So we'll jump in, at least get up here to the preseason, hit up those upgrades. We'll make sure that injuries are off and get this final year started. So taking a look at the squad, we're an 85 overall, 85 offense, 87 much improvement beginning of last season. Ones, uh, for the most part, team has stayed the same. Uh, so we're gonna move Hopkins over to left outside linebacker. Get that dev trait. Um, get him in that starting role over there at least. Didn't want to discard. Keep? No, of course not. But it's going to be a little different with Gary on the right. That's we're gonna fix that. Let's get Gary back to the since that's where he played last season. And it seems a lot of the times more teams running to the left. I don't know why. So he is there already. We may have to go into the depth chart to fix. All right, so there we go. We got all that figured out. Uh, yeah. So as we got game one against the Titans. Oh, who knows? Maybe we can start out the season hot with a win. Stop Derrick Henry. And we do 42-31. Absolutely fantastic way to start off this season. Tua goes for 324, 5 touchdowns, Yeah, he had an interception, barely ran the ball, but absolutely phenomenal way to start off this. All right, so even after we won, did suffer an injury. Xavier Howard done for 5 weeks with a foot fracture. All right, our slot corner, we got depth. Whole football team decided to be assholes. Steal Cam Pittman from our practice squad. Yeah, it is what it is. As we go ahead and face the 1-0 Colts, and we suffer, not a terrible loss, 20-17. Um, Obviously, just keep hitting those upgrades on the way. We want the best team we could possibly have. So don't have to worry about scouting this year. We got the 0-2 Jets. Hopefully be able to go and finesse a win. Yet we lose 28-21. Jalen Waddle, he's frustrated. I don't know, what has happened to Tua after that week one performance, but it seems like there's more issues there on the offensive side. Um, they we get to go up. Lamar Jackson, defensive coordinator, wants to figure out how we can stop him. Obviously, we're just going to discard him because most likely he's going to run. He's going to run constantly. So our game day goal is just to beat the Ravens, which not terrible. They're 1-2. They should probably be roughly the same team. So fall again. So now we've lost 3 straight. Not looking good. Hopefully we can turn it around. We have a late bye, so it's not like we can be like, all right, cool. So week 5 bye. Let's sort this out. Let's figure out what the hell we're doing wrong and get back in the win column as we look to take on the 3-1 Arizona Cardinals. Well, let's take a look, see what they got. We're that 4-point favorite as far as overall goes. Um, DeAndre Hopkins is still there for the Cardinals. Chandler Jones, Buda Baker, Kyler Murray. Roughly the same squad as when we started, where they've added more depth throughout the year. So let's see if our defense can finally figure something out. 28-7. Slay, big play Slay, finally came in. Not sure what his stats are on the year, but he was able to give us that, little pep talk in the locker room. Figure out, motivate this team a little more to get us the win as we look to take on 4-1 Patriots, who are probably the division leaders. And there we go. We just took them out too. We have a breakout scenario coming up. Preston Williams, maybe. I believe that's Preston Williams anyway. We'll find out here. And it is. 3 touchdowns or 150. Can he do it? I don't know. I mean, last season he got frustrated with us. We weren't getting him the ball. And he got injured. Davian Howard's back. He's ready to play as we go ahead and face the 5-1 49ers. All right. We get another win. Can't beat that. Preston Williams unable to come up clutch to move up to superstar. Our offense coordinator wants to talk to us about Jair Alexander, who is there on Jacksonville. So I guess even moving on from Ramsey, they were able to bring back in a solid corner eventually down the line. As we got another breakout player, Bubba Hubbard. Unfortunately, last season we were unable to get it. He got hurt in the game. Got some more players here to upgrade. Team's coming along. They're coming along nicely at that. 87 overall, 87 offense, 88 defense. So we've seen improvement so far. through 7 weeks. We're now 4-3, 3-game win streak. I mean, I think we might have to go through and try to handle business and try to keep our win streak going strong. Teams look evenly matched, 87 overall, both teams. Taking a look at what they got there, we got all superstars, and that is it. Jaguars, they got their 3 X factors that they're allowed on the defensive side of the ball. Then they got Anthony Ware, C.J. Henderson, Joe Schobert, Josh Lambo, and Shaq Barrett. Their defense is stacked, so it's going to be tough to try to get this this X factor ability there for Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard able to go, get around the blocks. They were able to hold long enough to get him in for the first score for the Dolphins.
And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
All right, so I happened to look down, realized that it was no longer recording. So yeah, we got that. We're down 21-7. Which, that all happened from a interception, pick six at that, and we missed on a they just drove it down the field after we scored and got their second touchdown, as Chuba Hubbard gets one hell of a run there, putting us in at least field goal possible field goal range. We just have to be able to convert here. We got so we just sail it. C.J. Henderson's there for the pick, and I'm not trying to get pissed off in this game. We're just going to go play some offense, as we're now in the third. We're on offense. We're still trying to get Chuba Hubbard his yardage. Trying to get him that superstar ability. As their linebackers blitz, they blitz to the outside. The hole opens up, but we were unable to really mount anything other than those first 4 yards. Looks like the run can make. So, of course, instead of me audible, I just try to do it anyway.
Now that's a mound of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Know where to go with the football. That led to the sack.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt given. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Then he'll give it here to his running back.
Able to find a big hole for Chuba Hubbard that time. We're 91 yards short of that X factor ability. Are we able to pick it up here in the little bit of time that we have left in this game? If it's not broke, keep running it. Unfortunately, that time, Hunt not able to get there, but Jonathan Allen goes down with an injury, allowing our guys to rest up a little more.
Third quarter from Miami. This
It
is second
looks
and
like they
10.
could still be running that same blitz. So if our guys can pick up a
And again
block,
this time to the
which
tailback.
we do, able to pick up 5,
5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with
we're
third and
moving
about
the
6
ball.
yards to
We're
go.
moving it well.
This offense in desperate need of a
Unfortunately, with
conversion
the
as they
score,
come up on
28-7,
3rd down.
they're most likely focused more on the pass.
Well, he's taken
Well,
down,
just
but not before
stopping
picking
us
up
in
the
general.
first, thanks to a flashy little spin move.
But the run's
They
working.
get the first,
We
and
might be able to hit them
on
here
third medium ones,
if they're
and
in
they're
man
good.
coverage, which it
Under a
looks
minute
like
to
they're
go
set
in
up
this
as man.
third quarter as they come up
Waddle
1st
there,
and 10.
pressed. Williams press as well.
Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa.
All right, game.
He throws there, incomplete.
Completely lagged.
You get the sense that
We
they
have
say
not
we're
thrown the
playing up
ball
to what we're capable of, and we're deep
particularly well
enough
in
into
this
the
game.
game that the
We're
early
1 for
jitters are
4,
long gone, that
10
they should
yards,
now have some
and an
sense of
interception.
continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have
Trevor
not
Hubbard
been
able
doing
there to
so far.
complete the pass.
That is caught at the 7.
We're getting there slowly,
22-yard
but
goal at the 7-yard line.
somewhat working. Hopefully, blocks can be
They'll try
picked
and
up.
run for it on 1st and goal.
Unable
And
to.
this time they were
Run this
running
down
for
to
it.
the
Stop it right
3rd
at the
quarter.
line of scrimmage.
Oh, I'm sorry, the 4th.
They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Unless we can get this pass here,
at the 6-yard line.
might as well just try and score.
On 2nd down,
He slips, able to regain it, unable to catch the
It's
ball.
incomplete. So they couldn't
A.J.
hook up
Dillon
as time
dropped
is
it.
now run out on this third quarter play.
On the plus note,
Back now in Miami.
Chuba Hubbard's back in.
Folks starting to make their way to the parking lot.
We got a
Their guys
chance to
trail
score.
big here to begin
Make it
quarter
a
number
little
4.
more respectable.
And the hole closes
He's up to
quickly
the
here. He
4.
can find only to about the 4.
We're really trying to pound this in.
Now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1.
No, that was 4th down. Yay. All right, so we got absolutely destroyed. Just straight up destroyed. They really could not do anything. We had to worry about a mobile quarterback who was all but 100%. Finished 94 completion. 2 of there at 12.1 rating. 3 for 10. But really, the only thing positive that came out of this was we will have a new shiny X Factor, our only one on offense. So a loss puts us back 500, but we were able to get Chuba Hubbard up to that X Factor. Hopefully, with that new ability, it'll be able to put us over the top, and continue to win in. Hopefully, we can go and get a win here versus the Bills. Take it into the bye week, plus 500. So let's just hope for that. It's the only thing that we can hope for. Like I said, get in plus 500. Chuba Hubbard will now be a 88 once we go ahead and upgrade these. Which we jump in here 4-4 Dolphins versus 3-4 Bills, able to pull off a win. Let's big play Slay. He's coming out. He wants that leadership role again. They earned it. You're above 500 at the week 10 bye. Go rest. Get ready for hopefully, a postseason push. Taking a look at the midseason stats. Tua playing well. On the verge at 4,000 yards, 18 touchdowns, the 4 interceptions. Solid, 2 of those being whenever I jumped in. Chuba Hubbard there, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, 3 and 3. Receiving wise, Gesicki leading the way. I don't really complain about that, but then again, I do. because we got 3 stud receivers right here, and none of them are really seeing the ball. But we got the number 8 offense and the number 27 defense. So defense needs to step up. You would think it'd be the other way around, especially with all of the superstars, playmakers we have there on defense. But unfortunately not, as we look to improve to 6-4 on the year. We got that bye week. Coming off a win against the Bills already. Should be able to beat them again. And we do. This time even better. 24-3. Another breakout all right, so a guy that doesn't even play has the opportunity to go up dev trait. We got 2 new injuries there in that game. All right. So that is how some guy that doesn't even play, the 4th on the depth chart for receiver. But when you lose Jalen Waddle and Andy Isabella, and I believe we were there at the Bills. So the NFL needs to do some investigations there on that turf. All right, the 7-3, 6-4 Dolphins, 7-3 Patriots, 6-4 Dolphins battling out, for that division lead. Currently they sit 1 game ahead. So we pull this one out. We got the top spot in the division. For now, we lose 17-10. Ray did not get the dev trait. Sitting 6-5. The team's progressing, nicely. 88, almost an 88 across the board. So far we're +3 overall. Since we started the season, we lose another one. We got a big injury decision. Unfortunately, we're still not out of it. So we're sitting 500, 6-6. We can't take the risk of bringing Isabella back early. Take on the 7-5 Seattle Seahawks. Lose another one. We got an injury decision for Waddle. Preston Williams, I don't really know why that's really a big thing. Because Preston is, I guess he is considered the number 2 on the team. So 6-7. We win the last 3. We at least finish 9-7 with the chance of getting in, and we at least pull out 1. 24-7 over the Rams. Team's healthy. Everybody's back. We don't have any injuries for now. Hopefully that stays true for the rest of the year as we look to take on the 6-8 Texans, which we pull it out in a close one, 27-21. All right, so at one point the Jets were 0-2. They've rallied back to go 9-6. So we win this, we could be in the playoffs at 9-6. We could have a 3-way. Yeah. Maybe. We win this, there's a good chance that the Miami Dolphins could get into the playoffs, play the first round, as Jerome Baker gets a new ability slot. Do we make it? Yes. We do. 35-18 over the Jets, putting us at 9-7. We could be that, sleeper team coming into the playoffs here. 88 across the board. Where did we finish in the... So with the win over the Jets, that was just enough to scoot us in there at 6, even if without the new playoff rules of 7 teams from each conference, we would have been the ones in. We would have been able to knock out the Jets, which, as far as getting into the playoffs, is nice. It's even better when you do it to knock out your uh division rival to make the playoffs and not have them in. And with that win over the Jets, Tua gets another player of the week. Just, what, week 1 and 17. So I mean, he's at least progressed nicely. It'll be interesting to see his end of the year stats. Fuck me. All that work to get Chuba as X Factor. But we don't got him. He's out for the playoffs. We'll take a look here at our season stats. Like I said, he was on the verge of breaking 4,000. A little late because it was week 10 that we looked at it. But 27-7, not bad. Would have loved to see the touchdowns up more. Chuba Hubbard eclipsed that 1,000-yard mark, 7 touchdowns. A.J. Dillon, half the touches, half the yards, 5 touchdowns. Sicky led the way, 9 and 4. Preston Williams, 7 and 10. And then these two were injured for a few games. So we were the 25th offense, the second defense in the defensively. Jerome Baker, 97 tackles. Bunch of TFLs on the year. Josh Sweat coming in big, 13 TFLs on the year. 7.5 sacks for Derek Brown, 11 TFLs, 7 sacks for Josh Sweat. Those two led the way there. In interception wise, Ed Barnes, we drafted 2 years ago, had 2. Slay and Simmons, also coming in big, getting those interceptions for us. So, looking at the yearly awards, Lamar Jackson finished as the MVP. AFC, Tua doesn't even get recognized. Running back, again, nobody. I'm sorry. Not even offensive player of the year, defensive player, nothing. Offensive rookie, Nathan Penn. Defense, nothing. Best quarterback, Tua there at 10. Running back Chuba Hubbard there at 7. Receiver wise, nobody. Offensive line, nothing. D line. Really surprised not to see Josh Sweat up there. Linebacker, nothing. Defensive back. All right, so the NFL did not like us, which works out. Hopefully that can help push us with this underdog story. As if we have to, we'll Papa Bear it. Taking a look at what they got, and there's a lot. Forrest Buckner, Darius Leonard, Bobby Orique, Anthony Barr, Quentin Nelson, James Hilliard, and Jamal Agnew as their superstar X Factor. Once again, they're a solid defense. Maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe we need to focus more, just let our defense eat. But we do have the number 2 defense coming into this game as we sniff the playoffs for the first time Big third down, unable to get it. Another one. Colts capitalized with 7. Moving the ball fairly nicely. As, we only settled for a field goal. Able to tie it up there. Down 17-10. Under the 2-minute warning. As, defense is standing here in the third quarter. It's looking like it could be over for us. 4th down, we're coming in.
No hesitation in this situation.
4th and 3, that's all we got to get.
Late in the game, this offense is staying out there on 4th. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And that is incomplete.
I thought he was following him. But, our defense was able to hold him to 3 there.
Nothing to lose now. This offense
4th and 10.
Down a bunch here in the 4th quarter.
4th and 12. Switch up our verticals, maybe.
Tua on 4th down. The Colts are going to get it.
And mid throwing animation. Sack.
Things are not looking good.
We lost this game.
3-score game in
it's over for us.
They need points.
Looks like they're in a cover 3. Might be able to hit Isabella there right away. Not able to. We got the slant there to Waddle. Tua not playing particularly well this matchup.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Keeper. He was tackled at the 46-yard line.
To the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This one caught by Isabella. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
And 10 yards to go.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Tagovailoa's pass.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tua to throw again.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll dump.
And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Dolphins score. Their season ends here, a tough way to go out.
All right, yeah, so
just get to the wild card game, which they did.
We lost 34-16. Able to somewhat make it more respectable, I guess you could say.
They have to
But
lose games
the
like
Colts,
this before they learn how to win them
absolutely
in
just
later seasons.
dominating us. We didn't get the ball. We were down 34-14, 34-10. Coming into the fourth quarter, we weren't able to get it. So, yeah, at least we got to visit the playoffs a little bit. Again, that's the bad thing in these 5-year. You don't get it in the first four. It puts it all down to year five. There's improvement along the way. Every week, every year, we've improved our record. Unfortunately, we didn't get it. But, and that's going to do it here for me for this rebuild. Stay tuned for the next one. As long as clicking down here, the bottom right hand corner, to check out the new series that we're doing, Walking Papers, with the London Black Knights. It's going to be a little different than some of the other rebuilds that you've seen probably here on YouTube, but it'll be interesting. It's going to be fun. We're going to have fun with it. We're going to probably have some headaches, but ultimately about having fun. So as you see down the bottom right hand corner as well as in the description, there's all my socials. If you're enjoying the content, hit that sub button, hit those click that little bell there. You'll get notified every time a new video drops. Leave some comments, hit that like button. Everything helps. Till next time, Billy's out.